Welcome to a land where ancient stones whisper tales of 1,000 civilizations. Welcome to Malta, the heart of the Mediterranean. Here, beneath the golden sun and beside sapphire seas, lies a small island nation with a story as vast as the ocean that surrounds it. A crossroads of cultures where Phoenicians, Romans, Arabs, Knights, and the British have all left their mark, creating a rich mosaic of history, architecture, and tradition. As we journey through this breathtaking archipelago, from the majestic streets of Valletta to the serene shores of Gozo and the crystal waters of Comino, we'll uncover the wonders of an island that blends the ancient and the modern in perfect harmony. Whether you're drawn to prehistoric temples older than the pyramids, medieval fortresses that stood strong against empires, or vibrant festivals filled with color, music, and faith, Malta welcomes you with open arms. Over the next hour, let us take you beyond the postcards. Discover Malta, not just as a destination, but as an experience that touches the soul. This is the story of Malta, the jewel of the Mediterranean. No visit to Malta is complete without standing before the Grand Harbor, a majestic waterway that has been the heartbeat of this island for over 2 millennia. Once the battleground of empires and now a peaceful passageway, this natural fortress has seen Phoenician traders, Roman galleys, Ottoman sieges, and British fleets. Today, it stands as a breathtaking blend of history and modern vitality, where centuries-old bastions gaze over elegant yachts and cruise liners, and the spirit of Malta still sails proudly in every wave. Standing boldly between two magnificent harbors, Valletta, the capital city of Malta, is not just a city, but a living monument to resilience, beauty, and heritage. With its roots deeply embedded in the 16th century, Valletta was founded by the Knights of St. John in the aftermath of the Great Siege of 1565, a pivotal moment that defined Malta's role as a fortress of Christianity in the heart of the Mediterranean. Named after its founder, Grand Master Jean Parasat de Valletta, the city was designed to be an impregnable stronghold. But what emerged from those plans was more than just a fortified city. It became a masterpiece of Baroque architecture, a European cultural gem, and today, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. As you enter Valletta through the city gate, you are immediately embraced by a blend of grandeur and charm. Wide, sunlit streets intersect with narrow, shaded alleys, each one lined with golden limestone buildings, elegant wooden balconies, and centuries-old churches standing tall and proud. At its heart lies St. John's Co-Cathedral, perhaps one of the most stunning churches in all of Europe. From the outside, its plain, fortress-like exterior is humble. But step inside, and you're met with a dazzling explosion of gold leaf, marble inlay, intricate carvings, and the world-famous painting by Caravaggio, The Beheading of St. John the Baptist. Across the shimmering waters of the Grand Harbor, directly facing Valletta, lie 3 ancient gems, Vittoriosa, Cospicua, and Sanlia. Together, they are known as the 3 cities, the cradle of Maltese history, tradition, and resilience. Though smaller in size, these fortified cities were here long before Valletta was even conceived. They stood as Malta's first line of defense for centuries, witnessing invasions, triumphs, and transformations that helped shape the nation's soul. Let us begin with Vittoriosa, known locally as Birgu, the oldest and most historically significant of the 3. This ancient city served as the headquarters of the Knights of St. John upon their arrival in 1530. Walk through its narrow, winding alleys, and you walk through a living museum. Elegant palazzos, hidden courtyards, and towering bastions still echo with the sounds of swords and prayers. At the tip of Birgu stands the imposing Fort St. Angelo, a guardian of the Grand Harbor and a symbol of Maltese bravery during the Great Siege of 1565. From its high walls, you can almost hear the clash of battle and feel the determination of those who defended Malta's shores. Standing proudly at the edge of Vittoriosa, overlooking the vast Grand Harbor, Fort St. Angelo is one of Malta's most iconic and strategically vital strongholds. Its thick, golden limestone walls have withstood centuries of conflict, most famously serving as the military nerve center during the Great Siege of 1565, when the Knights of St. John defended the island against the mighty Ottoman Empire. Today, the fort stands not only as a symbol of Malta's unbreakable spirit, but also as a living museum of its warrior past. From its towers, you can enjoy sweeping views of Valletta, Sunglia, and the harbor, a breathtaking panorama that connects past and present. Carefully restored, Fort St. Angelo invites you to walk through history, where every stone whispers tales of courage, conquest, and resilience. It's not just a fortress, it's a monument to Malta's soul. Guarding the eastern edge of Malta's Grand Harbor stands the imposing Fort Ricasoli, a silent sentinel of stone and sea. Built in the late 1600s by the Order of St. John, this vast fortress was designed to defend against naval invasions, and to this day, it remains the largest fort in Malta. Though weathered by time and war, its massive bastions, sea-facing ramparts, and timeless watchtowers still echo the might of a bygone military age. Gracefully perched on Gozo Island and commanding an elegant view of Valletta across Marsaxlokk harbor, Fort Gozo is a Baroque masterpiece of military architecture. Constructed in the 18th century by the Order of St. John, it was built not only as a fortress, but as a statement of grandeur, strength, and design. On Malta's southeastern coast lies the picturesque village of Marsaxlokk, a timeless fishing port that captures the very soul of Mediterranean life. Known for its vibrant fleet of traditional Luzza boats, each painted in bold blues, reds, and yellows with the iconic Eye of Osiris watching over them. This harbor is more than just a postcard scene. It's a living heritage. Marsaxlokk is where history and daily life blend effortlessly. Its Sunday fish market buzzes with activity, offering the freshest catch straight from the sea, while its seaside promenade is lined with open-air restaurants serving the island's best seafood. Here, time slows down, sea breezes carry the scent of salt and grilled octopus, and the calm waters reflect the colors of a proud fishing tradition that has endured for centuries. Marsaxlokk isn't just a place to visit, it's a feeling to experience. One of the most iconic and mysterious symbols in Malta is the Eye of Osiris, painted on the bows of traditional Luzza boats in the fishing village of Marsaxlokk. This ancient symbol, with roots in Egyptian mythology, was believed to ward off evil and protect seafarers during their voyages. Known locally as Elgan Tal Osiris, the eye watches silently from the colorful boats, a guardian of the sea. More than decoration, it is a connection to Malta's distant past, echoing a blend of cultures, beliefs, and maritime legacy that still lives on in every Luzzu that floats in the harbor. On the southern coast of Malta lies a dazzling natural marvel, the Blue Grotto. This stunning sea cave complex is a masterpiece carved by nature, where sunlight pierces through the crystal-clear waters, illuminating the limestone walls in hues of deep blue, turquoise, and shimmering silver. The grotto takes its name from the electric blue reflections that dance across the cave ceilings and water surface, creating a magical underwater light show that leaves visitors speechless. Accessible by boat, the journey through its towering arches and hidden caverns is nothing short of surreal. The surrounding cliffs, standing like guardians over the grotto, offer breathtaking views of the Mediterranean horizon. Whether you explore by sea or admire from above, the Blue Grotto is a moment of pure enchantment, a true gem of Malta's rugged and romantic coastline. Tucked away along the northern cliffs of Malta, near Mdina, lies the stunning Coral Lagoon, a secret paradise known only to the more adventurous. This natural sea cave, with its collapsed roof, forms a breathtaking circular lagoon carved into the limestone, revealing a bright pool of glowing turquoise water below. The Coral Lagoon is a favorite spot for kayakers, snorkelers, and thrill-seekers who often dive in from the rocky ledges above. Surrounded by untouched, rugged terrain and sheer cliffs, it offers a serene escape from the busy tourist trails. When viewed from above, the lagoon appears like a sapphire ice set in Malta's rocky skin, glowing vividly under the Mediterranean sun. A visit here is not just a scenic stop, it's an invitation to connect with Malta's wild beauty in one of its most awe-inspiring natural wonders. Just off the northern coast of Malta, near the town of Bugiba, lies a small but legendary islet, St. Paul's Island. According to Christian tradition, it was here that St. Paul was shipwrecked in 60 AD while en route to Rome, bringing Christianity to the Maltese islands. Though uninhabited today, the island holds deep historical and spiritual significance. A prominent statue of St. Paul stands on its rocky ground, overlooking the sea as a solemn tribute to this pivotal moment in Malta's past. The surrounding waters are crystal clear, making the island a favorite spot for boat tours, snorkeling, and photographers seeking dramatic coastal beauty. From the air, St. Paul's Island appears like a rugged jewel in the Mediterranean, silent, sacred, and ever-watching. It is a place where myth, faith, and nature come together in perfect harmony. Rising gracefully from the central plains of Malta is the timeless city of Mdina, often called the Silent City. With its narrow, winding streets, honey-colored stone walls, and Baroque architecture, Mdina feels like stepping into a living museum. Once the island's capital, this medieval city has stood for over 4,000 years, bearing witness to the footsteps of Phoenicians, Romans, Arabs, and the Knights of St. John. Encircled by massive fortifications and perched high on a hill, Mdina offers sweeping views of the surrounding countryside. As you pass through the majestic Mdina Gate, a world of serenity unfolds, where horse-drawn carriages replace cars and the only sounds are your footsteps echoing off ancient walls. With landmarks like St. Paul's Cathedral, charming palazzos, and hidden courtyards, Mdina is not just a place, it's an experience that transports you to another time. At the very heart of the silent city of Mdina stands one of Malta's most revered religious landmarks, St. Paul's Cathedral. Built on the site where, according to tradition, St. Paul met the Roman governor Publius after his shipwreck on the island, the cathedral carries both spiritual and historical weight. Rebuilt in the 17th century after an earthquake, its majestic Baroque facade commands attention with twin bell towers and intricately carved limestone details. Inside, the cathedral is a sanctuary of elegance, with a stunning marble floor, grand frescoes, and a breathtaking dome that lets sunlight pour into the sacred space. Surrounding the cathedral are peaceful courtyards and noble palaces that echo Malta's aristocratic past. St. Paul's Cathedral is not only a religious monument, but also a symbol of resilience, faith, and Maltese identity, standing strong at the crossroads of history and devotion. Nestled within the winding alleys of Mdina lies a hidden jewel of Maltese nobility, Palazzo Falcon. This medieval palace, originally built in the 13th century and beautifully restored, offers an intimate glimpse into the life of Malta's aristocracy. Once the residence of a noble family, and later of the famed antiquarian Captain Olaf Galcher, the palace now serves as a museum housing a priceless collection of art, antiques, weapons, rare books, and historic artifacts. Its charming architecture blends Norman, Sicilian, and Spanish influences, with an elegant inner courtyard, arched loggias, and intricately carved wooden ceilings. Each room tells a story, from the ornate dining hall to the private chapel. Visiting Palazzo Falcon is like stepping into a time capsule, where every object and every wall whispers the grandeur of Malta's rich and layered past. In the heart of the town of Mosta stands a monument of faith and architectural wonder, the Mosta Rotunda, or the Church of the Assumption of Our Lady. With its colossal dome, the third largest unsupported dome in the world, the rotunda dominates the skyline and stirs awe in all who behold it. Inspired by the Pantheon in Rome, this 19th century masterpiece was built by local craftsmen using Maltese limestone, without the aid of modern machinery. But the church is not just famous for its size. It is also known as the Miracle Church. In 1942, during World War II, a German bomb pierced the dome while hundreds were attending Mass. Yet miraculously, it failed to detonate. This incredible event became a symbol of hope and divine protection for the Maltese people. Today, the Rotunda welcomes visitors from around the world who marvel at its scale, its beauty, and the quiet miracle it holds within its walls. On the western edge of Malta, where the island meets the open Mediterranean, the land rises suddenly into a dramatic wall of limestone, the Dingley Cliffs. Towering around 250 meters above sea level, these are the highest point in Malta, offering sweeping panoramic views that stretch endlessly across the sea. With the golden glow of sunset painting the horizon, the cliffs become a place of quiet reflection and raw natural beauty. Below, terraced fields tumble toward the edge, and the tiny Filfla islet appears as a dark silhouette in the water. Above, the chapel of St. Mary Magdalene perches peacefully near the cliff's edge, as if guarding the land. The wind whispers across the heights, carrying stories of ancient sailors and legends lost to time. At Dingley Cliffs, nature speaks loudly in silence, majestic, powerful, and eternal. Tucked between rugged cliffs and golden slopes lies one of Malta's most secluded and untouched coastal treasures, Carrabba Bay. Accessible only by foot or by sea, this hidden cove is a sanctuary of tranquility and raw natural beauty. Its turquoise waters, soft golden sands, and clay slopes form a breathtaking contrast against the wild, craggy terrain. Just a short walk from the more popular Gantufiha Bay, Carrabba offers peaceful solitude and an unspoiled escape from the crowds. The clay hills surrounding the bay are often used for natural spa treatments, as visitors coat themselves in the healing mud and bask in the sun. With no buildings, no noise, and just the sound of waves lapping the shore, Carrabba Bay feels like a secret whispered by nature, a perfect retreat for those seeking Malta's wilder, quieter side. Perched gracefully on a hilltop in Malta's northern region, Mdina is a town where timeless tradition meets Mediterranean serenity. Overlooking the crystal-clear waters of Mdina Bay, Malta's largest sandy beach, this picturesque village invites both locals and travelers to unwind, explore, and soak in its authentic charm. With its narrow streets, colorful balconies, and panoramic terraces, Mdina offers postcard-perfect views in every direction. Dominating the skyline is the Sanctuary of Our Lady of Mdina, a revered pilgrimage site that dates back centuries, believed to have been founded by St. Paul himself. Beyond its sacred sites, the town serves as a gateway to hidden gems like Anchor Bay and Popeye Village, and to the nearby islands of Gozo and Comino. Mdina isn't just a destination, it's a feeling of warmth, hospitality, and the peaceful rhythm of island life. Rising proudly above the rolling countryside of Mdina stands a bold sentinel in red, St. Agatha's Tower, more famously known as the Red Tower. Built in 1649 by the Knights of St. John, this imposing structure served as a critical coastal watchpoint, guarding the northern approaches to Malta and monitoring the channels between the islands of Gozo and Comino. Its distinct deep red hue, thick bastioned walls, and commanding location made it not just a military outpost, but a symbol of strength and vigilance. From its rooftop, the views stretch across the countryside, sea, and beyond to Gozo, a breathtaking panorama that reminds visitors of the tower's strategic importance. Restored and open to the public, St. Agatha's Tower today stands as a vivid link to Malta's storied past, inviting history lovers and explorers alike to walk its ramparts and witness the view through the eyes of a 17th century soldier. Tucked away in the scenic cove of Anchor Bay, just outside Mdina, lies one of Malta's most whimsical and beloved destinations, Popeye Village. Originally built in 1979 as the film set for the musical Popeye, starring Robin Williams, this charming wooden village has since been transformed into a lively amusement park and photo-perfect attraction. With its quirky, slanted houses, brightly painted facades, and old-timey harbor charm, Popeye Village looks like a cartoon come to life. Visitors can meet Popeye, Olive Oil, and the gang, enjoy boat rides, splash in water trampolines during summer, or explore the quirky sets used in the movie. Whether you're traveling with kids or simply young at heart, Popeye Village offers a joyful escape into nostalgia, fun, and the magic of make-believe, all surrounded by Malta's rugged coastal beauty. Just off the coast of Malta lies a tiny island paradise, Comino. Barely 3.5 square kilometers. This untouched jewel is a world away from the hustle and bustle. Crystal clear waters, rugged cliffs, and a sense of timeless tranquility await you. Comino's crown jewel? The Blue Lagoon. A postcard-perfect bay where turquoise waters shimmer against white sands. Swim, snorkel, or simply soak in the sun. This is nature's infinity pool. But there's more. Hike along wild trails to St. Mary's Tower, a 17th century fortress with panoramic views. Or explore hidden caves like Santa Maria Bay, where silence is broken only by waves. Rising from Comino's rugged landscape, St. Mary's Tower stands as a silent sentinel of history. Built by the Knights of Malta in 1618, this stone fortress has weathered centuries of pirates, wars, and whispering winds. Climb to its rooftop, and you'll be rewarded with a panoramic masterpiece, the endless blue of the Mediterranean, the distant outlines of Malta and Gozo, and the tiny boats bobbing like toys in the lagoon below. By day, it's a photographer's dream. By night, bathed in moonlight, it feels like a ghost story waiting to be told. This is where Comino's wild heart beats loudest. Look at this water. We're at Comino's famous Blue Lagoon in Malta, and that color is 100% real, no filters here. From above, the contrast is insane. Electric turquoise shallows dropping into deep blue, all framed by golden limestone cliffs. Jump in, and you'll see why this is a snorkeler's paradise. Crystal clear visibility with fish swimming right beneath you. Watch for the bright parrotfish. They're like underwater rainbows. Over on the cliffs, you'll spot the brave ones taking the leap from 10 meters up. Local tradition says you shout hijab before jumping. Standing here at Gantija, you're touching stones older than the pyramids. These massive temple complexes on Gozo were built 5,500 years ago. That's 1,000 years before Stonehenge. Look at these walls. Some slabs weigh over 50 tons. How did Neolithic people move these without wheels or metal tools? Local legend says giants did it. That's what Gantija means. But the real mystery is even more fascinating. Walk through the crescent-shaped chambers. This was sacred space. Archaeologists found animal bones and statues here, suggesting rituals to fertility goddesses. See those pitted holes in the stone, ancient door pivots, and the corbelled ceilings? They're the earliest known attempt at dome building in history. The most haunting part? These temples align with the summer solstice sunrise. Imagine standing here in 3600 BC, watching light flood through the entrance exactly as your ancestors designed it. That's not just architecture, that's genius carved in limestone. Gantija doesn't just tell you about Malta's prehistoric past, it shows you. And after 55 centuries, it's still leaving visitors speechless. Crusty on the outside, chewy on the inside. Meet Malta's tyra, the island's answer to culinary perfection. This isn't just bread, it's a 500-year-old tradition. The secret? A double-baked, ring-shaped loaf with a distinctive chewy crumb, dusted with flour and scored by baker's fingertips. But the real magic happens when it's stuffed with bechniet, local sheep's cheese, sun-ripened tomatoes, capers, and tuna. This is the tyra biz zejt, Malta's legendary open-faced sandwich, best eaten with your elbows on a sunlit Valletta balcony. UNESCO even added tyra to its intangible cultural heritage list, putting it on the same stage as flamenco and kimchi. Every bite, a taste of Maltese history. Rising from Gozo's golden fields, Comino Basilica isn't just a church. It's a testament to miracles. Its neo-Romanesque spires pierce the sky, but the real story begins in 1883, when a local woman heard the Virgin's voice whispering from these very walls. Step inside, and light floods through stained glass, painting the marble floor in kaleidoscope colors. The walls, covered in ex-photos, silver limbs, and handwritten notes from pilgrims who swear Comino healed them. Climb to the rooftop at sunset, and you'll see why this isn't just architecture, it's a beacon of faith, standing defiantly where the countryside meets the Mediterranean's endless blue. Meet Victoria, Gozo's vibrant capital, where history and modern life collide. Locals still call it Rabat, its old Arabic name, but don't be fooled by its small size. At its core rises the Cittadella, a medieval fortress city perched like a stone crown above the island. Wander its tangled alleys, and you'll find Baroque churches whispering secrets beside pastel townhouses. The market square buzzes with farmers selling prickly pears and handmade lace, while nanas gossip over tyra sandwiches. Climb the Cittadella's walls at golden hour, and you'll see all of Gozo unfurl beneath you, a patchwork of fields melting into the Mediterranean. This isn't just a town, it's Gozo's soul, distilled into sun-baked limestone.